Well, this is a surprising fact that most of us should know. Supervolcanoes and their eruptions and how often they take place. Supervolcano megabeds discovered at the bottom of the sea point to catastrophic events in Europe every 10,000 to 15,000 years. This is Europe alone. Now let's remember, worldwide we have over 21 supervolcanoes. So Europe every 10 to 15,000 years, 4 huge deposits from supervolcano eruptions over the last 40,000 years have been discovered at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. Can you imagine? Huge megabeds from ancient supervolcano eruptions are hidden at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. Researchers found their discovery points to a cycle of catastrophic events that appear to hit the region every 10,000 to 15,000 years. Megabeds are huge submarine deposits that form in marine basins as a result of catastrophic events like volcanic eruptions. The researchers found the beds while investigating deposits at the bottom of the Tyrrhenian Sea near the coast of Italy, close to a large underwater volcano. Previous researchers research into geohazards in the area using sediment cores and imaging indicated something was hidden beneath the ocean, but the resolution was not high enough to see the megabeds. Lead study author Derek Sawyer, associate professor of earth science at Ohio State University, told Live Science. And I just before I forget, I don't know how many of you know that the Sea of Galilee is a volcanic crater lake. We know, of course, that around the Sea of Galilee, even since ancient times, especially the Romans built up all these beautiful hot spring baths because there's magma under there. Okay? It's a fault line. The Jordan River, in Geology 101, the first thing you learn is every river is a fault line. So the Jordan River, of course, runs along the Transjordanian Fault. So going back to this, in a new study published August 10th in the journal Geology, Sawyer and colleagues went back to the site to create high-resolution images of the layers of sediment, and they discovered a succession of 4 megabeds, each between 33 and 82 feet thick, and each separated by distinct layers of sediments. Cores drilled from the site show the megabeds were made of volcanic material. The oldest layer was around 40,000 years old, the next oldest was 32,000 years old, and the third was 18,000 years old, while the youngest formed was about 8,000 years old. That's 8,000 years ago. The team then looked at known volcanic activity in the region to determine the source of the megabeds. The region where the beds formed is extremely active volcanically and includes the Campi Flegrei supervolcano, which has been rumbling recently. It's near Naples, as we know. Now, the oldest megabed formed after a huge eruption from Campi Flegrei 39,000 years ago, one of the biggest known eruptions on Earth. The same eruption may also have created the second bed, as the layer between the two is just 3 feet thick, indicating a relatively short interval between the two events. The scientists think the 18,000-year-old megabed formed in the wake of the Napolitanian yellow tuff, that's Naples, super eruption of Campi Flegrei about 15,000 years ago, while the youngest megabed deposited by another, less energetic eruption at Campi Flegrei. The eruptions occurred roughly every 10,000 to 15,000 years. However, they are refining the eruption dates to get a more precise picture of the cycle and potential risk for the future. It's not as constrained as we would like it to be, Sawyer says. And the findings, Sawyer said, will help researchers understand the risk posed by volcanoes in the region. The whole field is still active. There's still a lot of concern about the future of that, so it's certainly potentially possible that it could happen again, he said. And this is from Live Science by Hannah Osborne. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.